Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that beautiful Empress energy. Absolutely wonderful. You're in a position right now where it feels like your achievement is like right there in front of you, and it's just up to you to treat it very delicately. This is sort of a card of Mother Earth, of the great mother energy. This is it's a maternal energy. This is a card of abundance. This is a card about nurturing the things in your life. I think, and I think you do that. I think that you're known for being very ambitious. You're known for being that, straight shooter. You're known for really being concentrated and focused and committed on your goal, very, very one-pointed, But then once you arrive there, once you achieve that, or when it's time to take a break, or you know what I mean, you switch into this mode where you can really be present in your life, like your ambition, your hardworking energy. And when I say ambition, when I talk about work, I don't just mean what you do for money. I'm not assuming that you're all 30-something who are, in the middle of your career or whatever. You could be in school, you could be retired. Work is whatever you are busy doing every day, And when you're busy doing it, you're doing it. When you're not doing it, you're Empress. You're taking care of things. You're nurturing, you're spending quality time with your people, your pets, your plants, your people, friends and family, I think you have this, you're able to really switch into this giving, comforting, maternal, sort of welcoming, embracing type of person. And I think that your people really appreciate that. I feel like you have, like animals. I think you're one of those people that every animal you've ever met has liked you. More than liked you, they've wanted to go home with you. You probably can communicate with animals in your own way. Okay. You've never met a dog that didn't like you, or a cat, or whatever else, a snake. I don't know. Reptiles. That's what I mean. So you have this very, very inviting energy right now. And I want to see where this is going to go. I want to put this into some context. Okay, let's see where this is coming from. Let's see what kind of a position you're in your life right now. Got a four of swords, good. 6 of pentacles, very nice. We see a knight of swords in the background. We've got the 7 of pentacles contrasting our 6 of pentacles. And a 5. Interesting. Interesting. 5, 6, 7. Over here we have a Knight of Pentacles. A 2 of Swords. 4 of Wands. Okay. Into a 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups in this position is a very good card because it is the confidence that once we realize what the obstacle is, then we can overcome it. You can't get over the swamp. You can't cross the river if you don't see it in front of you. So the 7 of Cups in that position is a very good card, right? And if you are the hero of this story, the cards that we have here are a little bit of your current issue, and then I think the triumph over that issue and the achievement of all of your dreams, right? I feel like you're sort of working on that. I don't know if you have a particular project in mind right now. I don't know if you have that great work, that central work. It could be that you've already made some progress, made some achievements, and maybe right now you're sort of in that in-between place where you're wondering, well, what do I want to do next? Let's select our mystery card. That's what I want to do next. And this is a bonus card, confirmation card, random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor, infinite and unknown. It's going to go right here with Mr. Tao, the yin-yang duck. Don't forget, Sagittarius, you are magic. Okay, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. All right, let's do it together. Yeah, let's make it a sort of a group exercise. All right. I apologize for my voice. We're getting over a little bit of a cold. My wife and I, our daughter, she's 4. She just started her 2nd year of preschool. Within the first week, we're all sick. But we're getting through it now, and I kind of caught the last couple days of it. My wife and our daughter are pretty much back to optimal health, but I'm still about a day behind them. So bear with me is all I can ask you for. Let's take a look around the room, okay? We have just the one major arcana energy. That's it. That's all we have right now. And Spirit's kind of saying, this is your focus. This is what your spiritual work must consist of right now. Nurturing the things in your life that you have. Right? Don't go looking for problems where there aren't any. Take care of your people. Take care of yourself. Enjoy each other. Right? And the Four of Swords, too, is very similar to that. We'll get there. We'll talk about that. So we got our one major arcana energy. Nurture yourself, nurture this situation that you're in, whatever your life is right now, everything in your life, right? Be accepting of it, comforting toward it, nurturing to it, nourishing of it, right? Feed all of it, feed everything. Tend to your garden, in other words. Yeah. We've got a little bit of fire. We've got a little bit of water. We got some good decent amount of air, actually. Then we've got our earth, and earth. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling strongly this animal thing with you. I feel like you probably have an animal that sleeps with you at night, or there's always an animal that's sort of under your feet when you're walking around the house. That's always like sort of try to herding you like cats might do. So maybe you might be a cat person. I feel a strong animal sort of magnetism, if you will. With you. But let's look at the past card. We have this Knight of Swords, right? And I think the Knight of Swords was when you were actively engaged in the busy work of your life, whatever your work has been the last few months. I feel like this was a lot of you had a lot of decisions. There was a lot of paperwork on your desk, so to speak. And I feel like you're used to that sort of rapid fire, rapid pace, getting stuff done. You're in the middle of it. You got meetings, you got phone calls. I got a busy schedule. It's a nice energy to be in. You're taking care of business, is what this is. TCB, taking care of business. Reminds me of Michael Scott for some reason. And I feel like this was. This was whether this was school, maybe this was career work, maybe this was your employment, maybe this was just your sort of summer job. I don't know. In retirement, maybe this was an administrative position that you held somewhere. Because I feel like you were kind of running like an office or something, or you had literally with the phone calls and the paperwork. I feel like it was a lot, but you handled it well, and you thrive on that sort of. It's very focused work. It's very fast-paced, very fast-paced. And you like that because you're good under pressure. You're good. I mean, your card, of course, is the Art or Temperance card, which in my system is the pressure cooker, right? You operate very well in the pressure cooker. And, now, though, I think things are settling down. I think now we're experiencing a little bit of a Four of Swords. And a Four of Swords, of course, is the card that you need to embrace right now. This is the energy that's crossing your path as you are sitting in your Empress energy. You need to embrace the downtime, and this is always a thing for you. And the last reading, I probably said that you got to slow down and give yourself some downtime. This might be the downtime now. Maybe you took my advice, tarot's advice, spirit's advice. Maybe you're in the downtime right now. And if you are, good. This is saying you can't just do it in the letter. You have to do it in the spirit too. So with the Four of Swords, don't be stressing over stuff. You know, don't go looking for a problem when there isn't one. Okay? And if we have the hero in the journey, on the quest, then the hero needs some sort of a problem to overcome, right? The hero needs some sort of a problem to fix. Otherwise, well, there's no fairy tale. There's no story here, right? And I sort of feel that there is a, it's kind of like it's kind of like you have some time off, and so you're just sitting around the house, but you're looking for something to do. So you're going to find some kind of you're going to find something to do, find something to investigate, find something to fix, find something to sort of create a new adventure for you. What it reminds me of. One of my favorite movies of all time, The Burbs. Tom Hanks, The Burbs, right? Your opinions of Tom Hanks aside, I don't care what they are. The Burbs was a great movie. It's from my childhood. I have a very fond attachment to that movie. And in that movie, he was on a vacation from work, right? I don't know if it was a 2-week or whatever vacation from work. And instead of going to the cabin or whatever, he decided to just stay home for his work vacation, And so bored was he that they started investigating the neighbors, who were these, creepy people that moved into the old dilapidated house next door, or across the way. It actually was right next door to them. And so I kind of feel like you're getting yourself involved in something that's going to be sort of exciting and sort of dramatic, while you're searching or while you are waiting for sort of the next phase of your journey to open up. Okay? And, if you're familiar with that movie, you sort of know how that ends, right? So the idea here is to enjoy your downtime. Use this time to relax and unwind mentally. Okay? It's almost saying that there are really no decisions that need to be made right now. Just respond to everything in this natural way. Respond to everything like you are, that you're that you're Mother Nature, right? And if something comes to you, then you're there for it and you embrace it. And when it goes to do its own thing, it's fine too. Things are coming in and out, and it's no big deal. I think that this is really sort of a moment for you to rest and recuperate, not only physically but mentally. I think is a big one for you. Okay, we see the Six of Pentacles underneath everything, as sort of the your unconscious general energy, let's say. And this is very good because this is your idea of the team. This is your idea of everybody sort of chipping in. It's a potluck, And this could be. I mean, maybe you're still at work. I don't think maybe you're not taking a vacation, right? Maybe you're still at work, but the idea here is that there's no problems to solve right now. Everything is functioning smoothly, and it's kind of like, what do I do? We're getting a tiny bit anxious, which is also, I think, your nature. Because everything's functioning so smoothly, it's like, what do I do? I need like one of those fidget toys to spin around in my fingers because there's nothing to fix right now. Okay? And in some ways, when things are running so harmoniously, we start to feel as if I'm not really needed. Are you sure? Can I clean the coffee pot or something? No, it's already done. We got it. Then it's just like, can I do something? Because as we see contrasted with our Seven of Pentacles up here, excuse me, if we're not doing anything, we feel sort of like we're not doing anything. We feel sort of useless, right? So we start looking around for a problem to fix. But the Six of Pentacles, I think, whether this is a work thing, family thing, school thing, whatever, everything is functioning in such a smooth way. And it feels like you're taking care of your part. Everybody else is taking care of their part. Everybody's chipping in. It's the potluck, right? You've already brought your dish. You don't need to go bake the rolls or fix the dessert or anything. Someone else was doing that. So it's kind of like if you impose your will here and you start doing other things and you're sort of pushing somebody else out. You can't bring too many things to the potluck. That's a little secret. We live, where we are here in sort of Midwest. You can't bring too many things to the potluck because you're going to tick somebody off. You bring a side dish and a dessert, well, then you're being extra, right? And that's squeezing somebody else out. Well, they brought the dessert, and now, there's no room for their dessert, right? So we don't want to do extra in that sense. We don't want to do somebody else's work for them while they're also doing it, because then there's this redundancy, right? So we have this harmonious flow to things. And it really is just about you accepting that, enjoying that for a minute. This is the card of the very best day of your life, right? This is the one card, well, there's 4 of them, right? There's the 6, well, 5. There's the Sun card. There's the 6 of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. All are about this sort of best day energy. This perfection, this rare sighting of a day where everything just goes smoothly, where there's no problems to fix. Don't create one. Don't create one. So this is rare. So it's kind of Spirit saying enjoy this time of your life where everything seems to be in harmony. Okay, in the practical world, with finances, with work stuff, with the other people that are chipping in, to the way things are going. And with the Empress is just sort of sitting there, enjoying it, collecting the benefits from that, helping out where help is needed is a very natural process. It's not imposing, it's not forcing anything. The Empress card is very, very strong, but isn't forceful. It can change everything, but it's very flexible. It's very Taoist to me, right? It's the flexibility of the water energy in a way. And it's just kind of taking everything as it comes, taking everything as it is, and doing what needs to be done in this effortless sort of flow. It's very fluid. It's very graceful, right? That energy. It's very, very judo in a way. Not losing your composure when there are challenges, and trust me, there will be. Okay, this harmony does not last forever, but let's not go meddling in things where we create the challenge, where we create a roadblock or an obstacle in front of us. We got the 7 of Pentacles up here at the top, and it kind of says that if there's no problem, what are we supposed to do? This is a card that kind of says, well, if it's not broken, I can't fix it, And I think you like to have something to do. You're used to having rapid fire. There's always something going on, and I feel like now there's really not, So what is the hero's obstacle? What is the predicament of our hero that you need to overcome in order to bring about your happy ending, your success, and your happiness, Well, we got a 5 of Pentacles in the future position. So things will start moving again. Okay? There will be, like anytime we get a 4, what happens? We start looking for a 5. So I think in some ways this is you looking for the next problem to fix. But the Empress and the 6, 7 of Pentacles is saying, stop here for a minute. Just observe what's going on around you. This is 4 of Swords, again, sort of a card of observation. We're listening. And we've got the 4 of Wands. We're watching. Okay? And now the 4 of Wands, when we're on the path of the dove, this is the card we do not want. When we're over here, this is the card we need. Over here, though, is what we don't want. We don't want the cycle to be complete. In some sense. We don't want the work to be done. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Idle hands, right? Devil's playthings. We don't know what to do That was such a silly movie, too. You remember that one, Idle Hands? We wouldn't know what to do if there were no obstacles. If there was nothing to fix, we would feel we didn't really belong. Why am I even here, right? Well, you're here because you've contributed to this. If you take yourself away, then you're taking away the harmony, right? This is a situation right now where you don't want to add anything. You don't want to take anything away. Does that make sense? If you add something, we get 7 of swords. You take something away, we get 5. 6 is where we're at. 4 is a good spot. But anytime we get the 4, we start looking for the 5. There will be challenges, right? Things will be moving again. You're on a cruise or whatever, and you stop at a certain port. Let's just go enjoy enjoy the local restaurants or whatever, and visit the shops, and then you're going to get back on the boat, and you're going to continue the journey, But it could be perhaps that there is something that you need to listen to and watch for right now. Okay? Because we have this card that we don't want this. We don't want the downtime. We don't want things to rest. There's something that we need to see that we're not seeing. And maybe, of course, it's how harmonious everything is. It's kind of like you have this very busy energy, but if you stop and listen and look, you'll see that, oh, wow, everything's working. I don't have to be so frantic. I don't have to be so on edge, I can relax. You mean I can take a break, And I think that's kind of what Spirit's saying, that you need that 4 of Wands, because whatever you've been working on, again, work, putting your effort into, whatever you've been working on is working. Okay? Because other people are working it, you're working it, and there's this harmony right now. Whatever you've been working on is working. So leave it alone. Appreciate it, right? Enjoy it. Bask in it a little bit. But we do see the 5 of Pentacles in the future position. So I think that there are going to be more obstacles. This is not the end of the path, the end of the road trip. Okay? And it may even be in this situation that you're being told to sort of look and listen so that you understand what changes to make now, so that you can make the right changes. Because that's what life is. Life is enjoying a 6 of Pentacles when we get it, but either falling back to a 5 or going forward to a 7. And then the idea is when the scale starts to dip this way, it's our job to bring it back to harmony. And then we start to lean, we bring it back again. That's life. Always striving for this harmony. And then it just leans, and then we bring it back. It's like a meditation. It's like whenever your thought wanders from your breath, wanders this way, bring it back to your breath. Wanders this way, bring it back to your breath. And we just try to stay here in this rhythm. We're starting to dip again, we bring it back, bring it back. And that's what life is. Always striving for that perfect harmony of the 6. We rarely get it, but when we do, it's so sweet. Enjoy it, feel it, And then, of course, life is, we're going to kind of move out of phase again. And that's the way it is, because that's change. That's how we know that life is happening. Okay? So in the future position, I think this is you finding out what changes to make. We have this system, let's say, that's functioning so perfectly. Yeah, and it just needs to be maintained. You got to give it a little bit of gas, a little bit of oil. It's perfect, right? But progress, right? Continuing the journey is saying, okay, well, let's, let's put some new tires on it. Let's soup it up a little bit more. Let's lift it off the ground a few inches, or let's slam it down to the floor. Let's put some hydraulics on it, or a big subwoofer in the back, We're making changes, okay? And I think if you stop, look, and listen, you'll know exactly what changes to make. Tomorrow, not today. Today, enjoy the sweetness of the moment. Tomorrow, we'll make those changes. We'll start working on the new stuff, okay? And that's going to bring us over to the path of the serpent. As we talk about these cards, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything, and It supports the channel, so it's kind of a win-win situation. Yeah. As your general energy, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, because that, I think, is consciously what we're doing right now. You're here, you're looking, you're listening. Well, that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future. This is looking at where you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to be doing down the road. This is you gazing into the future and listening to spirit, feeling your way forward, getting that vision of what's next, whatever the time frame, month, a week, a day, an hour, whatever. And then from this point, tomorrow's energy. Tomorrow we're looking at the future, we're getting that vision. Then we can start implementing the plan. Then we can start changing things up. Okay? Then I think it's up to you to sort of go to your people and say, hey, I had an idea. Last night I had a vision, a picture in my head of this, the flux capacitor, right? It's what makes time travel possible. And that's the Two of Swords. And of course, the Two of Swords kind of looks like the flux capacitor. But I think that this is really you bringing this sort of fresh idea to your group, to your team, to your pets, your plants, or your people, your classmates, your workmates, your friends, your family, whatever. And having that conversation. I feel like you are someone who really, right now, you want to have somebody to bounce ideas off of. And this is that. Okay, you have the vision of what you want tomorrow to look like, and then you sort of start thinking about it, start talking about it. We're not going directly into action. Okay, this is us bouncing ideas off of our people in order for our Knight of Pentacles to have a plan. See, right now the Knight of Pentacles can see the vision over here, but doesn't know the pathway to get there. There's no road here. It's just wild wheat and grass and mountains and stuff, right? So the Knight of Pentacles needs to formulate the path, and that's where we go to our people and we say, hey, I had this idea. What if we do this? Yeah, it's a good idea. How do we do it? Let's figure it out. Let's work together, right? We already have this idea of teamwork here. Let's keep working as that team. You might be a team of one, right? You might be a team just you and spirit. It might be a friend, family member, coworkers, classmates, whatever. Might be your dog. But the Two of Wands, I think, is having that conversation, that bouncing the ideas off of somebody, because that's how we reach a transcendent position. See, there's that moon energy at the top there, that lunar crescent. That's the intuition. That is the transcendence that is possible when two people or two ideas are coming together, and they're not in perfect harmony. You're bouncing your idea off of somebody, and they're going to give you some other perspectives, and your perspective, their perspective, and something new is going to grow through that. It's point, counterpoint, transcendent point. Okay? It's the two coming together and making something that is more than two, right? I'm expecting for the mystery card maybe the Lover's card. In this instance, I think the Lover's card would be perfect, but we've talked about a lot of stuff already. The Four of Wands now becomes the energy that we need. We need to realize that this past cycle is over and that things need to then continue on the circle, but a level up. So it's really a spiral, right? We're not going to just do the same thing over again. It's like, oh, I got an idea. Let's tune up the engine and give it a paint job. It's like, well, but that's what we did last week. We're not going to do it again. That'd be ridiculous, right? We're just now we want a different color and we're going to paint the car again. No, now we're doing the subwoofer and the hydraulics and putting some new tires and slamming it to the ground, maybe chopping the top off it or something. It's a continuation of the project, but it's a new something, right? It's a new cycle that we're on, but it's a spiral, not a circle. And so this is reminding us of the impermanence of everything, the impermanence of this six, the sweet spot, the peak experience of life. Right now, everything's perfect today, and I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm getting all green lights. I'm not going to overthink it, right? Four of Swords. What will be, will be. Okay. But we know that sweet spot, that six, that harmony and beauty is a temporary, impermanent thing. We're going to really spend most of our time in a 5 or in a 7, right? Because of the 4, right? All the numbers are connected here. So, and I mean that literally. We got our 4s, we've got 4s, we've got our 5, we've got our 6, we've got our 7s, right? We got our 2. We don't have a 3. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the mystery card would be 3. 3 of Pentacles, maybe. But now we need to understand that this last cycle is great, but it's over, and that sweet spot that we found, that beauty that the Empress is enjoying right now, realize that nature has to continue. Things need to always be growing and decaying and dying and being reborn and growing and living and decaying and dying, and that's the cycle. But it's a spiral. It's always we're not just gonna strip the paint off it again and paint it over a different color or the same color. That'd be ridiculous, right? So that's the 4. Right. That's the 4 of Wands here that we're talking about. And this is what we need right now. And then, I'm looking at the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups is that idea that as soon as we're able to see, and this is the vision, now we need to see what the obstacles might be in front of us. Okay, and that's a very big part of your planning the next move or the next phase or the next cycle, the next rung of the spiral ladder, right? Is you being able to sort of recognize what the difficulties are. And maybe in this case, the Empress and the 7 of Cups is kind of saying that when you're in this not idle time, but when you're in this, liminal space, and you're enjoying the sweetness of the 6, right? That it can hypnotize you, it can glamorize you, right? It's shining there. And we don't want to leave. And so we just say, well, this is it. I love this car so much, I'm just going to leave it how it is, and that's it, and I'm done. But it's like, well, but this is your business. This is what you do. This is like, tomorrow we got to keep working on the car. Tomorrow there's going to be another car. Like you run, maybe you run a custom shop or something, right? Or you're building choppers or something, or building lowriders. I'm from California, so. But the 7 is kind of saying, I don't want to leave this space right now. But this is the card of the fruit then becoming overripe. So again, we're in the 6, and it sort of leans out to a 7, and it's our business now to, let's recreate it again. Because we linger too long in that wonderful space, and all of the our nice, beautiful carriage turns into a pumpkin or whatever, right? If we linger too long, it stops being sweet. If we hold on to the apple too long, when we eat it, it's not going to be delicious. Okay? We have to enjoy the fruit of our labor in its season, when it is ripe, and then sort of move forward before we start getting kind of sick of it, So it really is saying, enjoy the moment, bask in the glory of this moment, and rest, recuperate, take care of yourself, indulge yourself, but then let's get back to work so we don't lose our, creative momentum, so that we don't kind of get sick of what we're doing. So in that sense, we need change. We need to fall out of phase with the 6, right? We linger too long in this sweet spot, it stops becoming the sweet spot. And before we know it, we found ourselves in a 7 anyway. So the idea there is to intentionally invoke the 5. And that's why I say on this channel, where we've got a 4 of something, where we start looking around for the 5. Because you get that 4 and it's like, okay, don't linger too long here. It may feel like an absolute sweet spot, but let's put ourselves back in the 5. Let's get ourselves something else to do, something else to work on. And we get another ripe apple off the tree. We get another 6 of Pentacles, another peak experience, another sweet spot in life that we enjoy, we indulge, we love it, and then we put it down and we go back to a 5, we go back to work. 5 to 6, that's the work, 5 to 6, or we could look at it as 9 to 10 if you want. But in this case, it's that sweet spot. The 7 is kind of, things have gone a little bit too far, right? So I think that's sort of the that's what we're sort of looking at with the 7. But let's look at the mystery card. I was thinking maybe the Sagittarius art or temperance card, the pressure cooker, maybe a 3 of Pentacles, maybe the Lover's card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Here we go. Oh, speaking of 9 of Cups, there's the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups, to me, is very similar to the 6. We have the Ace, we have 3, 6, 9, divine numbers, right? So the 6 and the 9 are very similar. But the 6 is the sweet spot, right? It's an even number. It's a state of things. It's that sweet state of just success and harmony is, I never want this day to end, right? The 9 is your ability to create those over and over and over again. It's the dream that keeps on dreaming, the life that keeps on living, the happiness that keeps on happening, okay? And I think this is the dream come true. Yeah. Knowing what is coming next, what is the next change that we're going to have to work on, what is the next project coming in. Are we going to soup up this car a little bit more? We're getting a new car in the shop. Something more to work on. And I mean, I can feel the joy right now. And this is that sort of life that you lead, where it's just, you enjoy those sweet, sweet moments. And then we go back to the 5 and we say, okay, now what's going on now? And I'll tell you, it's 4 to 5. It equals the 9, right? 4 plus 5. I'm pretty sure my math is right. Yeah, the 4 and the 5 give us the 9 anyway. Okay, so does the 7 and the 2. Having someone to bounce your ideas off of, to sort of, come up with this great plan of sort of avoiding that overripe sickness of the 7 of Cups, right? So working the problem with someone in your life in that way, a friend, your business partner, creative collaborator, even just with your pet or whoever, right? Having somebody to bounce ideas off of, and we start getting excited, we start getting fired up. And the 9 of Cups life is yours. I love this reading for you. I feel like this is exactly what we needed in terms of the progression of the last few readings. We're going to do an extended reading now. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Sagittarius Wednesdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.